For 16 years, James worked on the railway. Night shifts, long hours, living paycheck to paycheck, and having to ask another person for permission to attend his own kids' events. Think about that for a sec. 16 years of being told when to work, when to take time off, when you can be with your family. That was James's life. And today, James has 6 properties generating over £4,000 a month in profit. He's structured 13 social housing deals. He's earned £7,500 in a single month from sourcing deals. And now he and I own a business together. But here's the most important part. James wasn't wealthy. He wasn't connected. He wasn't some property expert. In fact, before he even got his first deal, he lost £2,000 on getting scammed in crypto and then nearly gave up on trying to change his life altogether. This is a story of what happened when one ordinary bloke decided to stop accepting that the next 20 years had to look exactly the same as the last 16. So, James Wood, based in Gloucester, 16 years on the railway, maintaining electronics and signals. Okay, so from the outside it looks a stable job, decent career, skilled tradesman, the kind of bloke you look at and think he's sorted. From the inside, completely different story. Living paycheck to paycheck. Missing events with his wife and kids because of shifts he couldn't control. Having to ask permission from his boss, actual permission to attend his own children's activities. Night shifts leaving him too exhausted to be present even when he was physically there. And before James found rent to rent, he tried to find a way out, right? Crypto, lost £2,000 there, got scammed, then went quiet for a long time, because when you've been burned once and people around you are watching, trying something new feels like signing up to be humiliated again, all over again. And I hear many stories like that. The person who had a go at something, it went wrong, and now every time they think about trying something again, there's a voice in the back of their head saying, you know, remember last time? That voice kept James exactly where he was for longer than it should have been, until he found my videos on Facebook. Later on, James said what made him watch was that I didn't look or sound like the other people in the space. I don't rent supercars, there's no Dubai lifestyles, there's no Rolex watches, right? It's just a straight talking bloke explaining how a normal person can build income through property they don't own. So he watched for quite a while. He watched my existing mentees talk about their experience, the property tours, and then almost at the very last minute, he made a decision that changed everything. He nearly didn't, by the way. Christmas 2024. He told me he'd been this close to joining one of the large training schools. He thinks now that would have been the biggest mistake of his life, so he joined Rise Up instead. What James didn't know at this point was that less than 2 years later, he'd have a portfolio producing over £4,000 a month in profit. He didn't know he'd structure 13 social housing deals. He didn't know he'd actually become my business partner. All he knew was that he was sick of staying where he was. Honestly, that's usually enough, because nobody starts with certainty. They start with frustration. The English person, we almost need to hit rock bottom to make a change. So when James joined, he was completely new to rent. Never done it before. Didn't know the model, didn't know the process, didn't know what to say to an estate agent. He chose the HMO route. He learned the model, started making phone calls, started getting viewings. Right? He didn't feel ready. He understood that confidence comes from doing, from taking action, not from preparing. You don't learn how to swim by reading about it. But then James hit a wall. Offers not getting accepted. Rejection, rejection, rejection. This is normal. Landlord saying nope. The momentum that felt so strong in week 1 started to wobble. This is a point where most people might quit. It's kind of, they've done it off of motivation before, and now the motivation is gone, so they stop. That means fewer phone calls and more research, more watching, and you're back into that loop. Until one day people realize that they haven't spoken to an agent in 3 weeks. James nearly went that way. He said there were moments early on where he got genuinely disheartened, where the gap between where he was and where he wanted to be felt really wide. What kept him going wasn't motivation, it wasn't a mindset hack, it was the network. And me on the other end of WhatsApp, a mindset coach, a HMO coach, and a group of other mentees going through exactly the same thing who weren't going to let him disappear quietly. He said later on, and this stuck with me, if it wasn't for Kenny, the mindset coach, and the HMO coach, it would have been very hard to keep focused and keep pushing on. They are why I am where I am. That's what mentorship is supposed to be, right? We're not just a course. It's not a PDF and a Zoom once a month. This is someone in your corner every single day and when the wall hits. So here's how James got his first deal. And I want to walk through this in detail because the way he did it is exactly the process I teach, and it shows why this process works. He found a 3-bedroom terrace property. Before he booked the viewing, he ran his numbers. He found comparables in that area. He looked at what rooms were actually achieving, what the costs would look like. He knew before he walked through the door what offer he could make if the property checked out. And at the viewing, he saw something. The layout of the property meant he could convert it into a 4-bedroom HMO, and that changed his numbers completely. For 4 rooms at £600 each, that's £2,400 a month income. The rent to the landlord was just over £1,000, so the net profit was £825. £825 profit a month. But before he made the offer, he did something smart that most beginners skip completely, and this is where a lot of people go wrong as well. He put a fake listing up, the same property, the same spec, the same area, and then left it for 3 days to test the demand, and the demand was strong. People were inquiring. The market was telling him, yes, this works here. So only then did he make the offer. The next day, accepted. He was in the kitchen of the property. I looked at him and I said this: you've done exactly as we've asked you to do, and you've got a property.
Yeah.
Like, it's still mad, isn't it? I get goosebumps.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's
you won't recognise yourself in 3 years. So that's what I said to him. In 3 years' time, you will not recognise your old self. 2 years on, he told me that already rings true.
8 deals.
Nearly 2 years, 8 deals.
It's been a journey, mate. It's been a journey. Well, you said to me in my first deal that I wouldn't recognise the person who I will be in 3 years, and what, a year and a half, nearly 2 years later, and that's rings true. Massively rings true.
Now, the story doesn't end there, because the landlord actually went back on the acceptance. Gutted, right? Absolutely gutted. But what James took from that moment, and this is important, he said the biggest win wasn't the deal, it was knowing the model works. He'd made an offer at the right numbers, structured it properly, and a landlord said yes. The fact that the landlord changed their mind was frustrating, but the proof of concept was locked in. That's the mental shift for James. From does this work to I know this works, it's just a matter of time. That is worth more than any deal. So he went again, the same process. 3-bed terrace, ran the numbers, walked the viewing, made the offer. This time the landlord didn't change their mind. £825 a month net profit. For 18 months, so far that property has generated James £14,850 profit from a house James doesn't own. From a railway worker who'd never spoke to an estate agent about a company let before joining Rise Up, that's a model working exactly as it's supposed to. Now here's where James's story stops being a typical rent-to-rent success story and becomes something else entirely. Inside the Rise Up network, James connected with another mentee, Dan Hart. Dan Hart went through exactly the same program. Started with me as a student. He learned HMO, got so good at it, and was very much on the same page as me. So I made Dan the HMO coach inside Rise Up. So Dan and James started working together, 2 people who found each other through my program, both building businesses, both scaling fast, and then they made a decision that changed both their trajectories. They pivoted towards social housing. Now, social housing is a completely different model to standard HMO. Instead of renting rooms to individual tenants, you're contracting with local authorities and housing associations to provide accommodation for people who need it. So longer contracts, guaranteed income, solving a genuine housing crisis problem rather than just filling rooms. So Dan and James threw themselves into that, okay? 13 social housing deals structured, 13. And on top of that, deal sourcing as well. Finding deals for other investors, packaging them up, earning fees. I believe 1 month alone they secured £7,500 in deal sourcing fees. £7,500 in 1 month from deals on properties they don't own. Remember, this is a bloke who was living paycheck to paycheck on the railway 18 months before that. So his portfolio today, 6 properties, profit of over £4,200 a month. His mindset today is completely unrecognizable from the person who was too scared to try anything new after getting burned by crypto. He actually said to himself, I now value my time a lot better. Everything he does has a purpose and a reason. That's not a motivational quote, by the way. That's what happens when someone builds something real and starts to understand what their time is actually worth. So this is what comes next. All right, building something bigger, about using the cash flow and the skills and the network that they've built through rent to rent as a foundation for something more substantial. So me, Dan and James had a conversation and we started a mergers and acquisitions business, buying established recession-proof businesses for long-term wealth, a business that would not exist, could not exist without the phone call that I made with James 2.5 years to ask about rent to rent. He was this close to joining a different program, a large training school, more well-known, more polished. He chose Rise Up instead. I want to tell you what I think the biggest lesson from James's journey actually is, because it's not the one you might expect. It's not work hard so you succeed. James worked hard on the railway for 16 years and it got him night shifts and permission slips. It's not believe in yourself. James had moments of genuine self-doubt inside this program. So he nearly went quiet. He nearly disappeared like so many people do. The biggest lesson from James's story is this: the model is not the hard part. The calls are not the hard part. The viewings aren't the hard part. The offers aren't the hard part. The hard part is the gap between knowing what you need to do and actually doing it consistently, even if it's not working yet. Even when the landlord changes their mind after accepting your offer. Even when the motivation dip hits hard on week 3 and the job feels safer and more comfortable than the uncertainty of building something new. The gap is where most people live permanently. James crossed it. Not because he's exceptional. He's not exceptional. He's a normal guy. And it's not because he had advantages other people don't have. Right, he had £2,000 scammed out of him before he even started. He had 16 years of corporate conditioning telling him that this was his life and this was how it worked. He crossed it because he found a process that he could trust, a network that wouldn't let him disappear, a clear enough picture of what life on the other side looked like, his kids as a screensaver, his why staring at him every time he picked up his phone. That quitting should never be an option. That's available to you. Not the 13 social housing deals in year 2, not the mergers and acquisitions company in year 3, but the first call, the first viewing, the first deal. And then if you do the work, everything that follows from that. So James started where a lot of you are right now. He'd watched content for a while before doing anything. He'd been burned before and was cautious. He nearly chose a different program. He hit walls inside this program that almost made him quit. And 2.5 years later, he's now the co-founder of mergers and acquisitions business, generating over £4,000 a month in his property portfolio. Now building something that is going to outlast his railway pension by a distance. Genuinely excited for this. So if you're watching this and something in James's story sounds familiar, the night shifts, the permission slips, the paycheck to paycheck, the sense that you're capable of more but can't see a way out, I want you to do one thing. Just comment the word freedom below, because I want to know that you're here, that you've watched this far in the video, that something's landed. And guys, look, if you want to have a conversation about what your version of James's story could look like, then that comment could be the start of it. I'll let you do the outreach. But comment freedom and let's see where it goes.